Hello today, my dear viewer. Welcome back to OctoberCelebrations, where we catalog Robux's past and present. I'm just kidding, it's only for views. Today we're talking about another trend. Why? Because why not? Also, it's my series, so shut up! So, today we're talking about a trend that came directly after the camping game trend, the Piggy trend. So let's look closer for ourselves. Piggy originally started off as a meme game in 2020 by a man named Minitoon. It was basically Randy if it was set in Britain. You had some small puzzles to do, the appeal of Peppa Pig, some skins and coins to buy, set skins with, traps that Piggy could use to make things easier for them, and overall, just a fun hour-long adventure with the homies was to be had. Like camping, it was a fun time and not to be taken very seriously. And just like camping, the game blows the fuck up! With YouTubers like Flamingo playing them, thousands of kids would join in on the fun, and it quickly became the talk of the town. Hell, it became one of the few games that YouTubers like Flamingo popularized that sticks and keeps a big player base, with the previously mentioned easy to recognize popular brands, easy to understand gameplay, and intrigue of skins, hooking many users. So what you do when life gives you lemons? Burn down life's house and become the lemon overlord, of course! Minitoon would soon work on more chapters, more skins, more mechanics, more characters, more story, more everything! Sometimes you just gotta take life by the balls and enjoy its fruits. And Minitoon made sure to do so. The game would skyrocket and continue getting more and more attention. Everyone was talking about it. Now, it's such a breakout success, one of which everyone was talking about. What does the developer community do? They copy it! No shit, dumbass. After all, why not supply little baby children who wish for more Piggy with more games of that type to play? It's like a genie in a lamp. So one group named Pinkbeard's Games creates a clone, people talk about it, another clone by NK Studio is made, people talk about that one, and then the endless flow of cash-strapped developers storms in the second they realize they can make bank. Of course, this wouldn't be as easy as making a camping clone. You have to put actual effort in this time. But that doesn't prevent the cash-strapped devs from taking the original game, throwing out all the charm, personality, and actually halfway decent story that made it popular, and ran off with the gameplay and a Wattpad storyline. So let's take a look at these games, see what they're truly like, starting with... made by their previously mentioned NK Studios, Genie is a game set in 2017, I think, when guests were removed, except they came back as monsters, seeking revenge. The game states its gameplay is inspired by Piggy and Murder Mystery 2, which is always a good sign. Basically, imagine Piggy but it was made by Nicholas. You have coins that spawn literally everywhere for you to collect, a bunch of useless overpriced game passes, tons of skins and effects that force you to grind for a long time, 2 other premium currencies that you can buy, a bunch of items that are made to capitalize on whatever was popular at the time, and overall, just a very money-hungry game that tries to take Piggy and turn it into EA's next title. The gameplay doesn't exactly mean much either. The chapters don't really add any new mechanics, just little spectacles when you give a thing another thing. The game also never really gives you a good reason to want to be the monster other than you don't get to play as it often. The game's art style is pretty basic. It looks like an average camping game. I understand wanting to change up the art style, but when everyone is changing up the art style to the same art style, it starts to get annoying. The story is actually kinda interesting though, and it's good at hooking the player to keep them playing to find out what happens. Genie was good at making likable characters with actual personalities. I know, crazy, and doesn't rely too much on the monsters themselves to have a good story. Though I still can't ignore the over-monetization of the game. And its Poppy Playtime-esque design looks like it was designed to get a bunch of important people to play it and not much else. So, that's all I have to say for Genie. On to the next game. Spider was a game made by Roy Stanford. It follows a spider that makes you into a spider? Weird. Anyways, the gameplay here is quite neat. The spider is a lot more interesting than just it bonks you and you die. It can climb up purple trusses that are invisible to the players, meaning it can sneak attack you, but falling from large heights stuns you, so it's not too powerful. The way it kills is also interesting. It has to stay onto a target for a good while before they die, giving others an opportunity to get away. If a player has bug spray, they can stun the spider while it's killing them, giving them one last chance. This creates a more in-depth system that isn't just the same thing over and over again, unlike a lot of Piggy games. It's not a lot, but I still appreciate it. The skins aren't really important, but I like how some are customizable and need just a little more depth. The art style is also more like Piggy, which, hey, at least it's not the cartoony mobile game art style for the 1 millionth time. There also isn't much story, but it's not like it's the main focus anyway. And yeah, that's the game. Did you expect more? Yeah, it kinda got abandoned after it blew up. Even though it still has thousands playing it to this day. Wonder what could have possibly happened. It would have been nice to see how far this game could have gotten, to see how complex it could get with its gameplay, and how far it could run with the help of Piggy's success. But we can't always get what we want, can we? So, we only have one left to talk about. So let's do it, yeah? Now, for this last game, I think there's something to be said first. The creator of Teddy, Numcode, actually made the game as a tutorial series for youngins to learn game development, which I thought was cute. He showed the scripts, he showed the game making process from making drafts to building his maps, the commentating on how to build them, to all around just making Piggy from scratch and showing us how it's done. Hell, he even uncopylocked it, meaning anyone could look at the script and see what he did. And to me, that shows this game wasn't just made for money, which shows me there's some love and passion put into these games sometimes, which makes me happy. Alright, the game. The gameplay was mostly the same, but hey, at least there's a solution to vent camping. That's more than Piggy will give ya. I'm surprised the art style wasn't as cartoony as other games. It kinda has this messy but aesthetically pleasing style to it, which I thought was nice. There are skins, but they are pretty good to me. Heck, you have to customize your player character, and that's way more than most Piggy games will give ya. The story wasn't very special, but it had some intrigue, so there's that, I guess. Overall, a pretty good game. It's not great, but it still has some love put into it. And that's probably the most overlooked thing in these games, so at least you got that. Now let's wrap this up. Overall, I like this trend a lot more than the camping game trend. With camping games there was little soul. Here there's not a lot, but once again, more than camping games. However, these games will die out quite fast, as Piggy would triumph over them all. And any games that look like they could take over, either didn't get any more content, and or fell all the way down after the well started to run dry. But hey, if you liked Piggy, I would still recommend some of these games, as they are good at a time as the original. They truly were the product of a genie and a lamp. So, that's all folks, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out my channel tomorrow for another edition of October Celebrations.